Black Forum South Africa, a lobbying group, has expressed its disdain at the events which unfolded at Maselspoort Public Resort in Bloemfontein, Free State this week. Teenage brothers were allegedly physically and verbally attacked, well, you see what happens in the video, by adult white men for swimming in what they allegedly called a whites-only swimming pool. Black Forum South Africa says it has consulted with the Nakedi family, and that's the family of the two teenage boys, and their appointed legal representative, Mr. Zola Majavu, who is supporting them in this case. Black Forum South Africa CEO advocate Kgagudi Morota joins me now for more details on this. Thank you, Mr. Morota, for your time this afternoon on Newzroom Afrika. Your initial responses to that video and the fact that the adult men who appear to be involved in what we are framing as an alleged assault, we've all seen the video, have yet to be arrested.
Yes, thank you very much, and thanks once more for having me doing this interview. Look, as the Forum South Africa, we are quite appalled to see young black boys, the so-called born frees, experiencing what their parents have experienced during apartheid. And we say now South Africa is a democratic country where the rule of law reigns supreme. But we keep on and on experiencing various acts, of racism, in most cases directed towards black people in this country. So as the organization, we say, look, we have to ensure that, the rights, especially of the vulnerables, in this case, which is black majority, are affirmed and protected using the rule of law. That is the reason when we were informed that there is another act of racism in Free State, we have consulted with our lawyers quickly and then came up with a way forward on how to assist to ensure that the fundamental rights of the Nakedi brothers are well restored.
Rights such as the right to dignity and freedom of safety of your person, freedom of movement, for example, amongst those. Your engagements with Counsel for the Family, what can you tell us about the accused, those adult men seen in the footage, and their whereabouts? Do you have any information on whether there have indeed been arrests?
No, not yet. When we were talking to Mr. Zola Majavu, who is mandated by the family to assist them on legal matters around this issue, he has indicated that the police are still investigating this issue or this matter, and then once they are satisfied with the investigations, it means therefore that the arrest will happen thereafter. But we are worried as an organization that every time when there are acts of racism leveled against black people in this country, the police take time to act. They treat them as a special cases. But when it is black people, they're arrested within a tick of a second, because they state that once a case is opened, the work of the police is to arrest. But we have been involved in different instances of racism, especially where black people are victims. We see the reluctance on the side of the police to act in a manner in which, or in the same way in which they do when a perpetrator is a black person. But upon our consultation with the family through the legal reps, we have encouraged the family to also institute, a civil litigation and claim special damages, because on the basis of the shock and trauma the two Nakedi boys were subjected to. But further to that, we also want to lodge a complaint with the South African Human Rights Commission to ensure that these perpetrators are investigated, but not only them, even the resort, because where we are seated, we are convinced that a group of Afrikaner males cannot start, it cannot be for the first time they declare that swimming pool or a park a white-only swimming pool. It means the resort, such kind of instances happened maybe before, and will be stupid to believe that the resort does not know anything or has never been told or experienced such kind of acts of racism in their facility, in their premises. So the investigation of the South African Human Rights Commission should go beyond the perpetrators, but also to the resort, so that we get into the bottom of it. Because, the transformation, it must start with the attitude on how we do things. Until we, channel our actions in such a way that we affirm the democracy that we say we enjoy, then we'll be able to avoid such, the acts of racism which we have been seeing in this country post-1994.
Black Forum South Africa CEO Advocate Kgagudi Morota there calling for the South African Human Rights Commission, a Chapter 9 institution, to look into the incident at Maselspoort.